Sinful Wish
Records.
I'm Sin. I'm here today with the Illusion Project, waiting for Muriel and Thom.
How's it going?
Thom, how's it going tonight? First thing I wanted to ask is that, like, I'm pretty sure this is, like, what, your third time here in Atlanta?
Yeah, you know, I was actually thinking about it today. I think today's only my third time here.
You drove here all the way from New Jersey?
No, I'm not. I don't even live in New Jersey anymore.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I live in Pennsylvania. I've been there 11 years again. I'm on a full U.S.
East
tour
Coast.
right now. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I came from Birmingham last night.
So is it just you on tour right now?
Yeah, I mean, I picked up my wife last Friday, and she's doing the last week of shows with me, hanging out in the car.
Sick.
Yeah.
I remember reading somewhere that you were, like, listening to a lot of music while you're on the road. What's been in your ears recently? Like, what have you been listening to a lot?
I know it sounds dumb, but I've been, like, listening to, like, old favorites and stuff. Like, last night, to get through the night, we listened to Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory. And yeah,
that's crazy you say that, actually, because I just listened to that this week.
Like for the first time, or just
no,
listen?
I just went back and listened to that and Meteor.
Yeah, I know my wife is a big fan of both those albums, and I mean I like them too. And I just kept like doing like the hardcore thing, like every time a Chester like hooked up, they're like one step, and like pointing to where I was driving. You know, I've been doing that, like Death Cab for Cutie, Rilo Kiley, Postal Service, like anything that's been really familiar. The biggest joke my wife always asks me, like I ask her, "Wait, what vibe do you want?" She'll like, "Oh, it's something summery." I'm like, "I know it's summery," and I'll put on like White Zombies, Astro Creep 2000, and she's like, "This is not summery," but for me, like something big, hard beats and big guitars, that is. So stuff like that, just like old favorites, just something to keep my mind going.
Okay, word. I know that you're on the Flenser. I've been a good fan of the Flenser for a good few years. I try to see all the bands to try to come out as much as they can, because it's very rare for them to come on that label to come out to Atlanta.
Yeah, it's weird though, because Atlanta's such a big city.
What's been on my mind is that this is your first album. It's closest, it's easy, of course, on the Flenser. My bad, it's upside down. So this album you put out recently, and this is beautiful record.
Yeah.
I loved every track on it. I think Blueberry Pop really stands out especially.
Yeah.
This is your first album in 8 years. Is there anything that you could say about the record that really speaks to you?
It's kind of weird, like sometimes like I'm like the thought processes leave me, because yeah, it's been 8 years, but and it's not like I just made the record. Like I've been working on the songs, like there's the song You Think on the record. I've been playing that live since 2019. So it's like a 6-year-old song for me already. Like some of my like emotional thought and weight to it sometimes is gone. Like lyrics may have changed a couple times between then and the recording. I don't know. It's just like things I worked on, things I was playing on. I was constantly working on it in my brain, but I just could not get to the point where I wanted to record. And I can't even tell you what my hurdle was or what. It's just life got in the way. I was doing other things.
So it's like you would get in the middle of like recording it, and then you would just have these long hiatuses of like just...
Not even. The actual recording process of it was real quick. When I finally decided to sit down last year, I blew through it. And the only thing that took long was I had some bronchitis issues last year and being sick. Yeah, so yeah, it's fine. I tried vocals a couple times. I didn't like them, so I had to keep redoing them because I was sick. And that's what was the longest part of the process of recording. I did try recording some stuff in 2019. I just didn't like it and just never came back to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you also have a couple other projects that I listened to before, like Disintegration and How to Dress for Burial.
Yeah.
Were those just things you wanted to do on the side? Or?
Yeah, it was just like the Disintegration was one track, just for my friend's Random Noise label. I was like, oh, I have this thing, let's do it. And How to Dress Burial was just like the same thing, like just doing something goofy a little bit for me. I mean, it's not really a goofy project, but yeah, it was just something we could do, and it was just like, this isn't exactly planning for Burial, but it's, yeah.
It's like just something you want to play with.
Yeah, and then there was like an R&B, like darker R&B project called How to Dress Well, and it was kind of like just a little playoff of that.
Like a little homage.
Yeah, a little bit.
I noticed that a lot of your music, you pay a lot of homage, like specifically in your titles, towards stuff like death consciousness and like old mailing sites and like forums from back in the day and stuff. Would you say that a lot of things that you consider nostalgic, you kind of tie into your musical process?
I would say yes, but I think that's more about what I do is playing for Burial. I always feel it's a sum of my entire life, of all the music I've listened to, all the different pieces of art or media, like videos and stuff. It's a melding of that, and it's through my own lens. So I think that's where that comes from. So yeah, it's probably nostalgia. I guess a lot of people would call it that.
I've noticed that especially on Below the House. There's like a really good variety of like almost goth rock undertones and downtone stuff, but we also play with a lot of like, I guess I could say like trip hoppy Apex Twin sort of noises as well. It has like a very nice sheen of like consistency to it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's consistent though, listening to it myself personally, because a lot of those songs were like, all right, I recorded this September of this year, and then all these other things were recorded in like March 2 years later. But I mean, maybe you're right.
I mean, in my opinion, I think it's pretty well structured. Particularly that record, like Quietly, it sounds like a collection.
And that's what it was.
And Below the House sounds more like a put together record.
Yeah, and I think it was, like I said, it just, eventually it was like looking at pieces of songs I have and seeing how they work together. Yeah.
You have this interlude track, Something.
Yeah.
Was it just kind of like a spur of the moment thing that just worked?
No. There's a longer song. When I first started working on that record, there is a full like rock band version song, and that was actually the bridge of it that I did completely with guitar, synths, and everything. It didn't work. Like as a whole, I was like, yeah, you know, it's a little meandering. And one day I was like, let me see if I could recontextualize it, and that's what happened.
Is it one of those tracks that's like never going to see the light of day?
It might one day. It might. I know some friends have heard it and they have it, but it might. I don't know. It was never finished, I could say. Like whatever I had was bare bones skeleton, but like that melody line and the bass line stuff, I just recontextualized to make that piece.
What advice would you give to aspiring underground artists who are also like, because like for instance, like I do a lot of experimental stuff myself, and I like playing with sounds and whatnot, and that's why your music speaks to me a lot personally. What kind of advice do you have for people trying to work on their art in a way that's commercially viable to be in like the industry in some kind of way, but not like as a horrible thing?
I know what you mean. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't even ever think about your music in a commercial in any way. I don't, and I know, I understand where I'm at in a standing now, but I still don't think of it that way. I think of when I'm making music, I am making music for myself. Maybe a couple friends will like it, maybe a couple people. Even at where I'm at now, knowing I have a fan base, I never ever think about commercial aspect at all. And I know exactly what you're saying. You're not talking about like big corporate rock and stuff.
It's not about ego.
It's not. It's you have to make it. And so many younger bands are worried about making it because we live in an industry that deals so much about like streaming numbers. How many views did you get on your social media? All that stuff. I never worry about that stuff. It is completely, I will be making this music regardless if anyone's making it. And that should come first. That's my full-on advice.
It's great advice because I mean, I respect that like you don't focus on the numbers and like the value of it all. It's just about what comes naturally.
Yeah, it's just, again, social media is another extension of my life. I mean, that's what everybody, when it was first coming out, was supposed to be, hang out with your friends, some cool shit. And that's how I see it. I don't like, yes, I'm not above it. Why use it? We're selling shit. I get it. It's out there, but I try to not be like a character or whatever on it. Yeah.
SiNTERViEWS. We're here once again with Thom from SiNTERViEWS.
Yep.
It's Closest It's Easy is out now on Flenser Records 2025. And since SiNTERViEWS forever.
Thanks a lot.